Hi, I'm Jeff Powers. I'm going to show you how to play a good blues in E, the key of the people. So this is more for people that have never played blues or very little, but maybe know some chords. It's more geared for the singer-songwriter, the person who playing the guitar and singing up front. This is not the fancy parts of the guitar. And that's for other videos. So I'm going to do this in two videos. I'm going to show you the basic chords that I want you to use, and then play it in a 12 bar after, and then in the next video I'm going to show you how to make it sound a little cooler. Alright, so we're going to start with E. You have to know an E chord. I'll call off the notes, but 2nd fret 5th string, 2nd fret 4th string, 1st fret 3rd string, and you hit all 6 strings. Your 6th string's the root. So we're just going to play, you can just play 4 down like that for a measure, and then we're going to go to the A7. We're not going to do an A major. That's 2nd fret 4th string, 2nd fret 2nd string, and you play 5 strings. If you hit 6, that's okay on this chord. Alright, and then we're going to go to a B7. So my A7, I have my 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. I'm going to move it up to the 5th string. Then I'm going to move my 3rd finger up to the 3rd string. Same fret, 2nd fret, and add my 1st finger to the 4th string 1st fret. And if you play 4, 3, 2, that's a B7 chord. Now you're probably going to hit the 1st string, so I recommend putting your pinky on the 1st string 2nd fret also. And you get a nice big B7 chord. Doesn't always work in a band situation, like a real electric type blues band, but for a singer-songwriter you almost need that. Now you don't want the 6th string to ring. That's the only string you need to avoid through these 3 chords, is the 6th string with the B7. You can hear it, not very nice. Anyways, so I'm just going to give you the 1, 4, 5, 1 progression, meaning you're going to play 1 measure of the E, 1 measure of the A7, 1 measure of the B7, back to 1 measure of the E, and then you're going to repeat that. That's 4 measures. So we'll just do down up for now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A7 to the B7, back to the E. It starts again. You see there's a lilt to this beat. That's swing eighths. B7. Actually do a song on that, or at least a section of a song. Now, but we're going to put this into a 12 bar. Now, if you were struggling with that, and I imagine a lot of people that would click on something like this are struggling a little bit, just use down up. The down is on the number 1 and the up is on the end. 1 and 2, 3. It's kind of like a flat tire. It's not 1 and 2. It's long. This is the longer beat, and that's shorter. And you can think of it and 2 and 3 and 4. Anyways, if you don't have that, like I said, turn off this video and work on that for a couple days if necessary, and then come back. Now we're going to do the 12 bar, and I'm going to do the most basic 12 bar. Well, the most basic 12 bar would be 12 measures of E, but this is more like Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good, a lot of the earlier blues. We're going to be on the E for 4 measures, so you're going to do what I was just doing, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 times. Then you're going to the A7, 2 measures. Then you're coming back to the E for 2 measures. B7 for 2 measures. Back to the E for 2 measures. and then you're going to cycle around. So you have 2 measures of E at the end, and then you're going to start again with 4 measures of E. It'll feel like 6 measures, but don't count like that. Know where the very end and the very beginning is. So I'm going to go through that. Straight blues. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and going to A7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more measure. 2 and 3. Back to the E for 2 measures. 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Here comes the B7 for 2 measures. Start again right here, 1, but I don't want to go through all that. So if you struggle with that, you got to practice that for a few days, and maybe you won't have it really good, but you could already jump on the next video and learn some cooler things to make that sound a little more interesting. All right, see you in the next video.